And our first story, the people of Drigum, a farming community in the Manso and Menfi district of the Western region, are threatening to boycott this year's elections if government does not fix their deplorable roads. According to the chief and people of the community, they are unhappy with politicians who promise every year to fix the roads, but disappointed them in the process.
Joyce Ano is a cocoa farmer, but is unable to transport the cocoa, which is the main source of her livelihood, to neighboring communities for sale. She tells the story of many other farmers who are faced with this challenge.
I have a lot of cocoa farms. Our roads are really bad, and it is making life unbearable for me. Our schools are nothing to write home about. They are in deplorable states and may collapse and fall on our children at any time. The president should come and fix these problems as soon as possible.
The chiefs and people of Drigum say since 1988, when ex-President Rawlings constructed the roads, subsequent governments have not done any maintenance. They are calling on the government to come to their aid and reconstruct the roads or risk losing their votes. They are also threatening to chase out any politician who visit the community to campaign. The Ahohene of Drigum, Nana Kofiata, who gave the warning, explained the community has used various means to draw the attention of government to their plight, but to no avail.
We have contributed significantly to the development of the country and have played our parts well. We also vote as well. Most of us are cocoa farmers, so we are pleading with the president to come to our aid. Why should the laborers languish while others who do not toil as much as we do enjoy the dividends? If the president doesn't fix the problems, we won't vote this year.
The spokesperson for the chief, Ochame Nyan, said the community lacks many basic amenities, but their major worry is the deplorable state of the roads. He explains that the nature of the roads puts the lives of the people in danger, especially pregnant women. This, he says, has also affected the economic activities of the town, since no vehicle is interested in plying their roads. The assemblyman of Drigum, Honorable Evans Asiedu, also shared his frustration with the news team.
Since 1988, our former president, His Excellency,
it has been more than 2 decades since former President Rawlings and his PNDC government constructed the roads here. The roads have been very bad for far too long. No other government has tried to fix the problem, and we've had several politicians who come here to canvass for votes. The district chief executive has on numerous occasions told us there's a contractor responsible for this, but we don't see it being fixed. The drivers also charge exorbitantly if you ask them to use this road.
In the eastern region, the residents of a community also want their deplorable roads fixed. And that very call is coming from the residents of Achiase. The residents say the bad nature of the roads is having an adverse impact on their health. They are also asking government to provide employment opportunities for the youth in the area. Derek Okosam visited the community and has come through with his report.
Achiase is one of the biggest communities in the eastern region. Cocoa and cassava cultivation is the main source of livelihood here. But residents say transporting their produce to neighboring markets for sale has become difficult due to the bad nature of the roads. They complain the situation is adversely affecting their health as well as their vehicles, which break down easily whenever they ply the road.
They have to plan about the road so that we can help ourselves. It can help us. Like travel from one place to another. In our town here, we can't get a better road here. And if we are traveling to another place too, if you choose a time to reach that place, you will not get that time. So they have to try and do better things for us.
Our roads are bad. Traveling within the community has become a nightmare. The situation is really affecting us, as we can't send our farm produce to other markets for sale because of the bad nature of the roads. So government should come and fix it.
Our roads are really bad. We don't understand why they don't want to fix the bad roads.
Most of the youth in Achiasi are also jobless. According to these young men and women, they struggle to earn a living, making life unbearable.
There are no jobs for us, and at times we regret going to school. We have become burdens on our parents.
Now I've finished school, and I'm not getting work to do.
Why?
It's through the economy. So the economy is not good.
Our youth walk about aimlessly because they are unemployed. Parents spend a lot of money on their wards only for them to leave school and stay at home and depend on these same parents.
Member of Parliament for the area, Robert Kwesi Amoah, says attempts to get the Ministry of Roads and Highways to fix the bad roads have yielded no results.
At the moment, my question is there, asking the minister, what is it that he said some years, 2 years ago, that he hasn't come to do it? I wrote a question to the minister for roads, and then he came to Parliament to answer the question. At the time he was answering the question, they had brought machines on the road. I mean the BNE, Canaan, Achiasi road, that is very bad. And then after the question, that is all, 2014, and now it is still not done. Well, I have written further questions, and they tell you they are looking for funding, and when the funding will come, nobody knows. So that is what they have been doing.
The MP also hinted he has plans of setting up cassava factories for the manufacture of gari, which will also create job opportunities for the youth. Derek Ekosam, Joy News, Achiasi.
Meanwhile, residents of Kaswa and its environs should brace themselves for more vehicular traffic on the major road as authorities have announced a closure of the stretch. Now, the closure, which starts from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. each day, will take effect or has taken effect from Sunday, July 10 to July 23. The move is to allow the contractors fix the beams on the interchange under construction. Spokesperson for the project, Amadou Tuareg, is advising commuters to use the Tuba Budumburam and JD Obom roads to prevent any crash on the highway.
Those coming from Accra towards central region would cannot go through Kaswa after 10 p.m. But they will block the road around the second filling station. So the local people or those who are coming to Kaswa can come up to Pink FM, and then we have an alternative route. Those going towards the Zongo area through to Newtown can turn left and then use the Pink FM behind the Pink FM area, or those going towards Obom Road can use the JD or Amanfrom to go through to Top Town and then to Obom Road just at around the Cafe Junction. They made the Obom Road at the Cafe Junction area.
After 10 p.m., you may not have a lot of people coming there, but 5 a.m. is the peak hour. So if you are going to work from New Market and all of those places, around 5 a.m., that's when the rush hour begins. Why don't you get it, let's say, between 10 and, let's say, 4 or, let's say, 3 a.m.?
We are looking at the volume of work to be done. We are not just doing only the Kaswa the main bridge. We are looking at the other ones as well, which is the one at Galilee and then the one at Crispo City. We are doing 3 bridges, okay? And like you just mentioned, those who are coming from the New Market end, what we'll do is that we'll open the New Market Road when it's around 4, because the work where we are going to work now is closer to the Obom Road than the Bojuase or the Nyanyano roads.
Well, there are concerns about why you didn't construct the bypasses before you started the main project. For example, if you are going through to Kaswa, there's a lot of traffic. You could have used JD Amanfrom to get through to Obom, and then you are gone.
This is a donor-funded project, and with donor funding, it has time limits to it.
The Member of Parliament for Achiasi, Robert Kwesi Amoah, is asking the Ministry of Education and the Ghana Education Service to set up guidance and counseling units in basic schools, and this is to help instill in pupils skills that can make them employable in the future. According to Mr. Amoah, the current rate of unemployment is a result of having too many students towing one line or undertaking the same courses and looking for same jobs. He opines that having these facilities at a tender age would also help students decide on which lines of courses to undertake based on their strengths and weaknesses.
At the JHS3 level, it is there that we select the subject which will eventually earn us our career. JH3. And at that time, the children are not matured enough. They don't know the self, their strengths and weaknesses. They don't know. Even they don't know the job market, progression in businesses. They don't know opportunities that exist elsewhere. So they just say, I'm going to do business. I will be a doctor. Meanwhile, he doesn't know his strengths and weaknesses. So that if there are guidance and counseling coordinators in the schools, especially the JH1, 2, 3, that will help the children to know the self, their likes, dislikes, their strengths, weaknesses, and the opportunities that exist in various institutions. We have to ensure that guidance and counseling coordinators are posted to school, are trained.
We also have to remain in education, as government has released 37 million Ghana cedis for the payment of book and research allowances to lecturers in tertiary institutions across the country. The amount covers the 2016-2017 academic year. Both university and polytechnic teachers have in recent times protested against the unpaid arrears. President Mahama, who gave the hints, says the troubles with the allowance were nearing an end.
Chancellor, and I'm sure your faculty would be the most interested in this, let me announce that a total of 37 million Ghana cedis has also been released to the Controller and Accountant General's Department to be disbursed to appropriate beneficiaries as book and research allowances for this academic year. It is our hope that these allowances will enhance productive research in the short term while we continue to work to establish a mutually acceptable and beneficial national research fund to spur innovation.
And that's it for the news. You want to get interactive? Please make sure you do so on Facebook. We have a page, Join News on TV. You can also catch us live as we stream on our channel on YouTube, My Joy Online. Please make sure you text us on WhatsApp through the number 0560 800,000. Right now, we have to take a break. When we come back, we'll be looking at what stories there are, front, back pages of the newspapers, and then also we'll touch base with our online portals, and we'll look at what stories there are, notably on myjoyonline.com, the foremost page we always have to go to, and then we'll look at some others.